All right. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday. It is our 39th Town Hall. Again, it's pretty insane to hear that we've been going 39 weeks straight with this Town Hall, bringing you guys amazing content to try to educate you on the power of Evmux. As always, we have Alad here, our co-founder. Super excited for that. Alad, how has your week been?
Great week, man. I'm always waiting for this town hall. It was a great week, a lot of work, a lot of new stuff coming up. Also, I'm going to announce pretty soon about the live booster event that
Mm,
will happen on January. We don't know exactly when yet. Still, you are our amazing
yeah.
community, so we're telling you even before it's things are official. So stay tuned. Working very, very hard to bring new features, to enhance stability, and to make everyone know about the amazing tool we're an amazing community we're building here. How
Mhm.
was your week, Anthony?
Yeah, man. Week was good. Super excited about us talking about the live booster event and getting ready. For anybody who doesn't know, the live booster event is our virtual annual event. We had our first one this year when we launched Evmux. For those of you that are beta users and kind of joined the wave when Evmux first started, and now this is starting to become kind of our annual thing, and I'm super excited for it. So I've been planning, collecting speakers together, getting what the topics are going to be. It's really excited for that. So with that being said, otherwise the week's been great. Making content, learning more about the platform, addressing questions, and just again figure out how we can continue to equip people with the tools that they need to kind of get going with Evmux. So, with that being said, we have some new faces and some new and some familiar faces in the chat here that I definitely want to go ahead and say hello to. We have here Paco, which is new, first here and new user. Looking forward to learn. Welcome to the family. We got Darius is here as well. We got Fat Ninja. We got the Mix Club. We got here and we got Sylvia, we got the mind mindset, the man mindset, we got Albert, and we got Doreen, we got Red Lipstick Vibes. Super excited to see everyone here today. If it is your first time here in this town hall, let me tell you a little bit about how we actually go ahead and run the show. So what we like to do is we like to focus on a topic. Today we're going to be talking about the difference between dynamic and pro scenes, when to utilize dynamics, when to utilize pro scenes. That way you have an understanding of how these two are different and when to use each. We'll do a demo video showcasing that for you. And then we dive into our favorite part of the town hall, which is answering questions. But throughout the whole town hall, feel free to ask questions, whether it be related to the topic, anything Evmux, any challenges you may be having. And then what we do is we address them in the order they were received. So don't worry, we'll get to your question. But we're really excited. We got James in the house here as well. Really excited to see some new people here. So let's talk a little bit about Alad. I know Alad, you're traveling, but again, this is also to showcase the power of Evmux to be able to remote produce from any location, right? If you're not in your regular atmosphere in your home studio, you're able to still produce Evmux from anywhere around the world as long as you have internet access and access to a browser. But let's talk about a lot about dynamic and pro scenes. Why were those two created? And why don't you briefly talk about when somebody should use dynamic and when somebody should use pro scenes?
Yeah. We are always surprised again and again how this topic is a hot topic for the community, and for
Mhm.
users and for people providing live streaming. And I think it's just another validation for us that we are our value proposition is amazing by providing both dynamic and processing. And even today, this morning, I had a call with a client that he had
Mhm.
some questions, and I wanted to tackle that. And just letting you all know, if you need some times with me or Anthony, feel free to reach out. We're always happy to talk
Yes.
one on one. Um, so he told me that for him specifically, the dynamic scenes is an amazing way to produce things so easily, and he prefers that on process. And I told him that for me, myself, I prefer process. And it was a very nice conversation between us, that I am talking to the pro scenes, and he
Mhm.
is preferring the dynamic scenes, and he had amazing points, and I had good points toward the pro scenes. and we have also a lot of users that they're combining both of them. Like
Right.
part of the show will be dynamic, and then part of the show that they want to be very specific and accurate with what they're doing, they will do pro scenes. It's amazing that we allow you. I think that we allow you both options, and
Hmm.
basically we allow you to evolve as content creators. We and allow you
Right.
to fully customize things, because dynamic is great if you are okay with templates. And it might be that you're okay for now, but then in a year from now, it's not okay anymore. Like, I talked also with a
Right.
lot of creators that they are pretty mature. I mean, they are creating for 6 months or maybe 1 year, and I hear that again and again and again, that they're like, it
Mhm.
was okay for me with dynamic, but I want to go to the next step, to the next level of
Right.
creation. And then process is just exactly what I want to have. So yeah, I'm happy that we got to this I think this point at our involvement as Evmux, that we can talk to a community that already understands the differences between dynamic and pro, and we can take the conversation to another level and really go, all in, deep dive with a town hall dedicated for this.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm super excited about that. I think that's the biggest thing that you notice there. Was the simple fact that it's all personal preference and your need, and we wanted to be able to serve you in those different needs there. But we've had some great comments here. You got 39 weeks strong, 40 is time for celebration. Yeah, next week is our 40th town hall. And it's also another milestone as well that we should be hitting here in the next few days, hopefully as soon as possible, which is getting 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So really
Subscribe.
appreciate it for that. If you haven't subscribed and hadn't hit the like button on the live stream yet, definitely do. It definitely supports us to continue to grow and get more people to learn about Evmux and what the tool can actually do. We'll definitely be addressing some questions here in just a few moments after we get through the training. And we have some people coming in. When are you planning to celebrate the Evmux birthday event in January at the Live Booster? Just take a look at for the date. We'll be announcing that here shortly. And then Dominant Saman, welcome, welcome. He says hybrid is where it's at, 100%, utilizing both. So with that being said, I think it's a great opportunity so we can go ahead and start diving into questions and addressing everyone. Why don't we go ahead and show the demo video of the dynamic and pro scenes where I talk a little bit deeper into it, demo it as well. And then when we come back, let's dive into all the questions you may have regarding that or anything you may be struggling with inside of Evmux or any clarifications or feature requests that you're looking for. So let's go ahead and dive into that. In today's video, we're going to talk about the difference between dynamic scenes and pro scenes inside of Evmux, so that way you understand when and how to utilize each. So let's go ahead and dive into my Evmux account so I can break down the difference between the two. So once you're inside of your Evmux live stream editor, you're going to see on the left-hand side, you're going to see dynamic scenes and pro scenes. So let's go ahead and kick off with dynamic scenes. Dynamic scenes inside of Evmux has been designed to make it easy for you to be able to dive into Evmux and get started recording or live streaming content. It is the easiest way to get started because it's predefined templates. There's hardly no flexibility and customization, so it's easy for you to go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and break that down. Inside of dynamic scenes, you're going to see that you're going to get access to add some kind of branding, but that's going to be the limit of the customization. So you're going to see brand settings. You're going to be able to change the themes, be able to go ahead and change the color. You can go ahead and add your logo. You can go ahead and add an overlay. You can add video clips, and you can go ahead and change your background. So you do have flexibility to be able to add certain features and certain elements to be able to add to the level of production of your recording or live streams, but you're very limited to the layouts. And again, this dynamic scenes is utilized to be able to take you from getting into an account and starting to live stream or record content. So you can see here at the bottom, you're going to have predefined templates that Evmux has been created for you that are available inside of dynamic scenes, allowing you to be able to just have you on the screen, be able to have you and another guest, be able to have split, and be able to manipulate and move around if you have multiple guests on there. And then you're able to simply go ahead and go live right at the gate, be able to share your screen. So again, when is it good to utilize dynamic scenes? Dynamic scenes is great for someone who doesn't need to have so much customizations and wants to have flexibility on where your camera's positioned, where your screen share's positioned, where your guests are, how your background looks, where your logo's positioned. Everything inside of dynamic scenes is
is predefined for you, making it easy for you to be able to get started. Now let's dive into pro scenes. This is where I recommend that you spend the majority of your time, because this is where Evmux truly shines. This is where we give you the availability to have fully customizable live streams. So to be able to see that, pro scenes gives you flexibility to make all kinds of adjustments. So let's go ahead and use our Townhall, for example. You can see here that here we have a text, we have multiple texts, we have different cameras, we have different backgrounds, we have music, we have our logo positioned, we have elements. So you can see all the different elements that are here that we're able to go ahead and add. So once you go ahead and come into Pro Scenes, we'll do a clean canvas to be able to demo this. We'll do an empty scene, you'll hit create, and you're gonna see here that you're gonna have a clean canvas, right? There's no predefined templates here at the bottom like you have inside of dynamic scenes. So you're going to come here and select add layer, and this is where you're going to be able to start your customization. So let's say I want to go ahead and add my speaker, so I add myself. This is the difference between dynamic and pro scenes. You're going to see that I'm going to be able to resize this. I'm going to be able to move this around anywhere that I like. I can go ahead and stretch it to canvas. Then I have the ability to make this a rectangle or make this a circle if I want to. So again, you can see here that Pro Scenes is going to allow me to be able to go ahead and have some flexibility in what it is that I'm doing here. So I can go ahead and add a video. If I want to have that video playing in the background, I can have my camera on top of it, and I can just do so much more in here. So when do you use Pro Scenes and when do you use dynamic? So this is going to be a great way for you to be able to determine the two. If you're just looking to go ahead and get started live streaming or recording content as fast as possible, and you're not really too concerned about having flexibility and customizations, maybe you're just a one-person show, dynamic scenes is going to be a great option for you, right? Because you're going to be able to click dynamic scenes, you're going to be able to select your layouts, and this is what most people who are utilizing web-based tools that are out there currently in the market are familiar with, right? You jump into the platform, you have these options, select 2, 3, 4 people, share your screen, position it where the screen share looks, and then go live, which is great. And that's why we wanted to include that in there for someone who just needed the bare minimum and wanted things done for them, but still had the flexibility to have some kind of customization to add your logo and branding. But Pro Scenes is where it takes you to the next level. This is where you're able to customize every aspect of your live stream or recorded content. You're able to go ahead and add an opening scene like we do here for our town hall to be able to get the show going. You're then able to add another scene for a countdown timer, and then add another scene for you and your guest. So Pro Scenes allows you to be able to create scenes ahead of time, fully customize them to your liking, to be able to give you a smooth run of show when you're actually creating your content, right? Because in dynamic, there's no pre-setting up beforehand. So if you're here and you and your guest are there, you got to click a button and set it up and adjust everything. If you're sharing your screen, you got to use the templates that are there. Whereas inside of the Pro Scenes feature, you can see here that for our town hall, we set up scenes ahead of time, right? We have our opening scene that we start our town hall. We have our countdown scene that we add. Then we have our main talking scene, right? Then we have a video that we play. So all these things we can set up ahead of time utilizing Pro Scenes, right? You then have the option inside of Pro Scenes to also add additional features like auto switching, meaning that it'll switch from one scene to the next. You have the availability to add stinger transitions to add additional level of professionalism to your content. Now, you can utilize both Pro Scenes and dynamic scenes at the same time. What I mean by that is that you can use Pro Scenes to be able to be in here, to have you run a show, but if you ever need as a plan B to switch over to dynamic, you can simply go ahead and do that. But the difference between both of them is that dynamic is templated. You don't have too much flexibility for customization. You utilize what's available to you. And then Pro Scenes has fully customizable, right? You can create anything that you want to with whatever you can think of, add different backgrounds, add different animations, and just make it all personalized to what it is that you like inside of Pro Scenes. And then you unlock those additional features.
All right. So just like that, you can see the power of dynamic and Pro Scenes, and hopefully now seeing video, you get a better understanding of which one you should be utilizing based on the needs that you have. Now, we did a poll. If you haven't voted for the poll yet, it's going to be directly on the top of the chat. And then we asked, do you use dynamic or pro scenes? 87% of you, which makes me really, really happy, are utilizing pro scenes. So really excited about that. Even though there's 13% of you that are using dynamic, again, it's totally fine. It's all based on your needs, but we wanted to make sure that you had the flexibility to be able to go ahead and customize your live stream. So definitely go ahead and happy to go ahead and start taking some questions here to be able to go ahead and see how we can go out and help you. So our first question, and again, feel free to bring in more questions as we go through. But the first question here is from Sylvia, Angel Education. Says, hi guys and all here. Welcome, Sylvia. Just a question. Do invited guests on a meeting / broadcast have to use Google Chrome, or is this indicated as the best for user experience? So Google Chrome is going to be the recommended browser to be able to utilize. If they are on an iPhone or on a Mac, then, even on a Mac, it's still recommended to go Google Chrome. But for an iPhone user, Safari is going to be what they would utilize. But Google Chrome is going to be the best. So if you are inviting guests or speakers to a meeting or a broadcast, highly recommend you tell them to utilize a Google Chrome browser. So hope that helps there. Our next question is coming in from, let's see here. We got Ben Anthony. Says, we have Evmux. How do we make speakers as collaborators? So to make speakers collaborators, there's two different sections, right? So when you add a speaker, you're adding that speaker directly to that session. So instead of going in directly to a session inside of Evmux on your dashboard, you want to go to where it says settings. And then when you're going to see the option to be able to add a collaborator, we do have a video on the YouTube channel showing you how to go ahead and assign collaborators to your account. But then you're able to go ahead and have those the speakers that you want to be collaborators to be a collaborator on your account that can have production and access to your Evmux live studio editor to be able to help you make adjustments. And if you have any struggles with that, feel free to reach out to us and we'll be able to kind of walk you through it if the video is not sufficient enough. So really excited about. But yeah.
One word about collaborators, just to make sure everyone understands. Collaborator is basically a co-host, someone that can help you produce the show, and have this person will have access to the studio. Okay, not joining as a speaker, but joining as a producer that can also speak, of course, but has all the access for the studio. This is a collaborator versus a speaker that has access only for what we call the speaker room. So only for this very intuitive and easy to use interface that you are speaking, but you're not really producing the show.
Perfect. Love that. And then we have here a question from Brass Jazz. Says here, what is the max number of pro scenes you can create? So there is no limit on the amount of pro scenes that you're able to create inside of the editor. So as many as you need, you're able to go ahead and create in there. There's no limitation on the pro scenes amount. Anything to add there, Elad?
Yeah, I think it's a great question because it's explaining to people that you can create also scenes that they're coming in as backup. For example, we have a scene of Anthony by himself and me by myself. Why? Maybe we don't need that, but maybe my internet is not amazing here, so sorry about that. But if I'm totally out, then immediately we can put a scene with Anthony by himself. Another thing we see people do, they have a scene of technical issues, we will be back soon. Okay, so maybe you don't need this scene, hopefully, but if you have any issues with the speaker and stuff like that, you can put this scene. So creating scenes that not necessarily will be used is amazing, right? You can create as many as you need. It doesn't mean you need to play all of them. It doesn't mean you need to play them in the order you created them. The order can just help you to be organized, but you can play any scene anytime, and there are scenes you don't have to play, and they are there just for backup. So that's a great point. So you can create as many as you need, as many as you want, and you don't have to use all of them, and you can play them in different orders.
Yeah, super, super important. And then Albert says here, Anthony, does Evmux have the ability to allow us to make dynamic changes live in real time? If yes, can you demo a dynamic change in real time during today's presentation? So the first question is yes, you are able to switch between pro scenes and dynamic scenes simultaneously in real time. The only difference between the pro scenes and dynamic is that when you switch over to the dynamic, the transition happens immediately, right? So as opposed to using pro scenes, you have this ability to have that pro scene that you select come up in the preview window to make sure everything is good. Even though you can auto immediately play a pro scene, with dynamic, you don't have that option. So if you do switch to if you're on a pro scenes like we are right now, and we switch over to a dynamic, it's going to automatically transition to the dynamic scene immediately without any kind of preview. Unfortunately, we won't be able to demo it today, simply because you can see that we're having a little bit of a latency inside of the live stream right now. Of course, a lot is not at his home base. So we're utilizing a hotel kind of internet to be able to power the live stream. So you are going to see some kind of latency. So if we do go to a share screen, and kind of go through that process, it could be a little bit more challenging to kind of give you guys a better experience. Right. Perfect. So one of the biggest things that, as well, and just to correct myself again, when you do select the dynamic scene, you do see it in the preview window, but you are able to go ahead and transition between both of them in real time without any issues there. So I hope that helps, Albert, there for you. Paco says, I'm working on my pro scenes now. Perfect. Let us know if you have any issues. Brass Jazz says, in the future, can we have a pro scene, but then also use overlays? Yeah, 100%. Because inside of pro scenes, you're able to go ahead and add your own overlays. You're then able to go ahead and even bring in the banners and the tickers that you utilize in the dynamic settings as well. So 100%. The pro scenes is a clean canvas for you to be able to create any kind of scene that you want. So let's break down the scene that you guys are looking at right now, right? So we're utilizing a pro scene. Where you see today's town hall topic, that's a text asset that we utilize inside of pro scenes, followed by the title, which is dynamic scene versus pro scene. That's also another text of asset. Then where you see the little live icon, that's actually a graphic image. That's not produced by Evmux. That's an actual graphic that we actually added in there to be able to showcase that we're live. The powered by Evmux is a logo that we added, and then the animated background behind us is a looping video that we have behind us. And then you'll see my camera and Alad's camera, and then our lower thirds there as well. So these are all overlays, right? These are all graphics that are added together, that are layered one atop of another, to be able to create this kind of pro scene. So that's the flexibility and customization that you have when you utilize pro scene, is to be able to create a scene that is unique to what it is that you want. So really, really, really excited about that there. So we got a message from, let me see here if I didn't miss anything. Sylvia says, thanks for your answer on Google Chrome. Wonderful. Red Lipstick says, team, I'm having issues with lagging and glitching during my lives. What do you suggest? So there could be a lot of things that could be causing this, Red Lipstick. So I think the best thing to do would be to send us a message to info@evmux.com. So we can kind of go through a few troubleshooting items with you to be able to kind of see a lot. If you have some recommendations that can be applied now, then that would be great, so that Red Lipstick can get going.
Yeah, of course. So first of all, make sure that you try as much as possible to be wired with with a cable and not Wi-Fi to your internet. Secondly,
Right.
make sure that no one watching Netflix and stuff like that during your live stream. Um, and also try to make sure that your computer doesn't do things not necessary during the live stream. For example, make sure you close different tabs of Chrome that not
Mhm.
needed, different softwares not needed. Try to make your computer as clean as possible for the live stream,
Mhm.
because all those can affect your internet connection, your stability, and stuff like that.
Mm.
And other than that, we can do what usually we do with clients in this when they have these issues, where we can schedule a quick meeting if needed, and then we try to assess your internet connection stability, packet loss. We take it a little bit further with the testing to try to see if the problem is with your internet connection, with your computer, or maybe something else that we are not aware of. Usually 99% of the issues, it's not the Evmux server. It's not that it cannot happen. It can be something with Evmux, but usually it's in the area of internet connection, computer resources, too many things on the computer, other people using the internet and you're not aware of these, stuff like that. Usually.
Right. Yeah. Perfect. So yes, Sorella, so just reach out to us and we can kind of dive a little bit deeper into that. So while we wait for any additional questions to come in, I definitely wanted to go ahead and address a few things that are coming forward with inside of Evmux. So if you are a current affiliate for Evmux, if you're not an affiliate yet, in the description of the YouTube, you can go ahead and sign up. The link is there. It's completely free to join the program. We have a very amazing affiliate program where you'll get 30% reoccurring commission on any plan that somebody signs up for the first year. And now what we're getting ready to do is that we're getting ready to open up a private community for affiliates to be able to go ahead and provide more education for the affiliates, but also to be able to kind of incentivize and create some sort of challenges and promotions to get content created by the affiliates to not only increase their commissions, but also to reach more people with the platform of Evmux. So again, that should be coming here in a few weeks, an opportunity to be able to join that community. And again, all you simply need to do to be a part of that, to be able to take advantage of it, is to join the affiliate program, and the link is in the description of the video. So really, really excited for that. We've had tons of creators. Susan has created videos for us. Darius, actually, last town hall, we talked about Darius hacks, right? And how Darius has been one to not allow anything to slow him down from producing the kind of shows that he wants to produce for the churches that he's currently remotely working for. And it's been great. And he actually just created a video with some hacks regarding NDI that we'll take a look at here shortly after the town hall. And hopefully we can go ahead and share that with the community and share those tips with you, because I think that he's doing some great things there. But again, plenty of you are out there making content for us, and we're very appreciative of it. So again, thank you for that. We have Doreen. She's a new Evmux user. Says, I have about 20 students, and I would like to know if I can use virtual meetings with speaker invites, and will the links be valid week after week, or will I need to send them a new link each time? So if you are doing a virtual meeting with your guest and with your students, and you want them to use the same link over and over again, the answer is, if you provide them as speaker, yes, they'll join in through the same link. As long as the session is the same, they'll be able to access that as well. Another option is you can go ahead and invite them as guests, and that one link can be shared with all the students. So you wouldn't have to have, every student wouldn't need to have a specific link, because what happens is when you join as a speaker, if you invite them as speakers, every speaker is going to have their own unique link. Right. So then each student will have to maintain that link and have access to it to be able to join the session week after week. But if you're just going to be inviting them all and they're always going to be attending, then the guest link is going to be the best recommendation, because it's one link shared across 20 people and it stays the same for that specific session that you're in. If you do have any issues with that, Doreen, just send us a message. We'd be more than happy to go ahead and help out. Anything to add on that, Alon?
Yeah, 100%. I think for you, it's the invite guest link. This is what you should use. And then, as long as you are using the same session in Evmux again and again, then the link for the guests are going to be exactly the same.
Perfect. Yep. Perfect. Sentence. Paco says, I got my affiliate link. Thanks. Super excited to have you on board. Definitely looking to assist you any way possible when you're making content. Dominant Entertainment says, thank you. I love to learn. Perfect. Live production tips and tools. Samuel's in the house. What's up, Evmux family? Welcome, welcome. So we got a question here from Sylvia. Says, I want to have a meeting with a small group of people, like a Zoom one. I sent out the invite link. Can this meeting happen without utilizing the stream platform exactly, just in the back room? 100%. We actually have a video on the channel on, and I'll try to share it with you, especially if you're inside the Facebook group. But on the channel, you can go to the YouTube channel and it says Evmux, the perfect tool for virtual meetings. And in there, I showcase how anytime we have a meeting here inside of Evmux, anytime you want to have a meeting, you simply can invite people utilizing the guest invite link. And that's going to bring them into the back room or backstage or green room, whatever terminology you like to utilize. And then you guys are able to have a conversation there without going live. And based on the plan that you're on, you can record that meeting as well if you like to, on the back end. And you can have about 12 people on stage ready to engage for that recording if you like. But yeah, 1%. You definitely can invite them without having to go live. Anything to add there, Alon?
Nothing. 100%. Agree.
Okay. All right, perfect. Yeah, no worries there. Doreen says, don't want to share the same link because they are at individual times. Okay, that's totally fine. Even if every student has a designated time, you still can use that same link and they'll just join during that time set. But if you want each individual student to have their own unique link, then you can invite them in as a speaker. And if you go into the YouTube channel, there's a video teaching you how to invite guests and speakers. And I showcase you the process between the both. I show you the process how to invite somebody as a guest, and I show you the process how to invite somebody as a speaker. And then you can kind of take a look at that and see which one would work the best in there. We got Tejano Time. Welcome, man. It's a pleasure meeting you in Dallas. And then we got Media and Travel says, greeting guys, welcome. Sylvia says, super, thanks, Anthony. So super excited, super happy to be able to help everyone. Again, if you're not inside of the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. If you have any questions, that's the best way to go ahead and address us. So with that being said, it looks like those are going to be the end of the questions there. So we're getting ready to go ahead and wrap up the town hall. It's always a pleasure. Again, we are super available for us. If you're part of the group, you see Alad's face consistently. You see my face in there. You see the team's face in there. Like, it's not just a specific person. We got No Name watching from the Philippines. Welcome. It's pretty late where you're at right now. So super grateful for you to be here today. But if we didn't get to address your question, or a question comes up after the town hall, the Facebook group is going to be the best place to be able to go ahead and address that. If you're looking for some additional support or you're having some troubleshooting issues, make sure to message us at info@evmux.com. But with that being said, it's been a great town hall. We got some exciting things coming up. Again, our live booster event is coming up here in January. We'll start announcing that. We'll have some amazing events and challenges for our affiliates as well coming up. So a lot of changes, a lot of things happening here. And again, we're super grateful for you guys spending your most valuable time here with us, which is your time. Again there. So it says, question, to enter a scheduled stream, I just enter the studio and go live. Yeah, 100%. If you schedule a live stream like we do here at the town hall, once you have it scheduled, then when you're ready to go live, you enter the studio and you press go live, and that's going to go ahead and push it out to the platforms that you selected. If you have any struggles with that, go just send us a message inside the Facebook group, and we'll be more than happy to help you. So Phoenix, Arizona's in here, and Alad, with that being said, what do we always say?
That we'll see you all in the next one.
Love you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you soon. All right, I'm live. That was easy.